Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I did find a rare for the Cafe Series 3. Now the rares were released later, which I hate when they do that, but the dot codes on here, I'll point them out. I think this one is the ice cream sandwiches and that dot's here. All the rares are like the bottom dots right here. So I think there's one under the V, the R, and the E. I went through like 3 full boxes and only found one. So I don't know how rare they are. Maybe they are truly pretty rare. Normally when they say rare, there's one per box, at least for seasonal ones and things like that. But here's the updated checklist. They added them at the end. There's cake pops, ice cream sandwiches, and chili cheese fries. Those look really cool. And the cake pops seem interesting as well. But let's rip open these and see. Yep, there's the cookies. These will be fun to make. It kind of looks like it's a kinetic sand type material. It doesn't look like it's the pre-formed ones, but I also haven't watched anyone make them, so maybe that's incorrect. Either way, I'm excited that I found a rare. Board's a little different than ones we've seen in the past. And then we have the ice cream. Let's peek in here and see if it is preformed. Yeah, it's not. And it does feel like it's very hard. Very hard. So it's not the soft, like dirt-like stuff they've used before. So we'll see how this goes. Let's take a look at the checklist. It's an up close view. Looks like we're dipping half in resin and adding those sprinkles. That's cute. So it shows us scooping that hard substance and then dipping it, adding the sprinkles, and curing it. Pretty interesting. Let's clean up and get started. All right, so I'm sliding this out to get the cookies out. I like that they gave us a variety. We have chocolate sugar cookies and chocolate chips. There we go. I'll show you up close what those look like. They're flat on one side, and then the other side has the texture like an actual baked cookie. Those are very cute. Now, let's see what this is all about. They do show using the scooper. Oh my, yeah. I mean, part of me is glad it is like a really hard substance, because otherwise I could see it falling apart. So I'm gonna pack it in there and make it like an even scoop and see if that's enough ice cream. Let's try. Put that in there, and then we'll smash it down. I mean, that kind of looks like a lot. I'm gonna sort of form it back around there. I can see this maybe falling apart over time. We're only dipping half of it. I don't know that this is going to dry, you know, real hard that it can't be destroyed in the future. I guess I could put some clear resin on the other half when it's done. I could do that probably. Okay, before I dip that, I'm going to kind of prep some other stuff. I have just like a cupcake liner, something I could throw away. And I'm going to dump, well, I'm not going to dump, but I'm going to sprinkle over here to kind of collect all the spillage, because like that, because I know that's going to happen. Let's also open up the chocolate, and I have my UV light plugged in. Ooh, this does look thick like fudge, so that's good. And then I think 1 scoop is probably perfect. It's a nice thickness. And I like how thick that one does, that looks. So I think I'm gonna dunk this side And I'm also curious, like, are we gonna need to dunk it twice to make it look super chocolatey? The answer would be yes. That doesn't look very chocolatey. Let me see what theirs looks like. Yeah, theirs looks thicker than that. I think I wanna dunk it a little more. Could also use my toothpick. And you also have to be careful not to like squeeze it too much. But yeah, let's use a toothpick to help it out here. And then I'm going to cure this. Then we're going to dunk it again and add the chocolate candy pieces. Okay, this is cured. I think I'm going to do like the top of this and the sides and then cure it and then do the underside. That way I could just lay it flat and not have to hold it under the light. So I'm just kind of adding the chocolate. It doesn't have to be too thick. It can be pretty thin. I think it looks nice and chocolatey though. All right, let's sprinkle some of these. Ooh, that's a lot. I dumped them way over here too. That was awesome. And then you could use a toothpick or these precision tweezers and then just move them where you want them. You can place them on there individually if you want. I typically don't. Kind of just let the colors naturally fall where they fall. Cute. All right, I'm gonna cure it and then we'll flip it and do the other side. I think I put my layers on too thick and it looks a little awkward. But this is why we do one at a time so we can learn. Clearly I've learned nothing because I've done this numerous times where I just like glob it on there. And it doesn't really need to be that thick. Just do thin layers. And once I add the candy onto here, I did find some leftover clear resin. I do want to seal that other side. I know a lot of people like use these for display purposes only, but my kids often run away with them. And if this ends up on the ground, someone steps on it, I could totally see like the sand-like material, you know, squishing on that side. And I want to try to protect that to keep it from happening. So once I cure this side, I'll come back and you can watch me paint on the clear resin and see what it looks like. In case you want to do something similar, you can see how mine looks. It's a little thick, but we'll make the other ones look better, I think. Yeah, that's really thick. Honestly though, that's how I like my ice cream sandwiches, so at least it's realistic. Let's see how much water is left in here. Had it upside down for a while. Yeah, there's enough in there. We're not going to need much, just a real thin layer. And I'm going to put it all over the white part, just making sure it's touching right here where the cookie meets. And that should keep it from falling apart if the kids end up playing with it. Speaking of kids, thank you to everyone who left a sweet comment for my daughter when that person said she was distracting. She literally cried, and when she was reading the comments, and even after she had read them all the next day, she's like, "Can you read them to me again? Your subscribers are so nice." So that really made her day. She felt very special. All right, I think that's cute. And then it gives it like the wet ice cream look. I think it's fine. So let's cure it and then we'll move on to these ones in the background. Okay, well that one's under the lamp. Let's go ahead and do another one. I already dug out the ice cream. And I'm gonna try to make sure it's in the middle. Applying even pressure. Just squish it down. And then kind of shape the sides. I think that's cute. When I do the ice cream, I do 1 full scoop and pack it down. And I think that's like a perfect amount. Now, let's make sure the cookie sandwich doesn't shift. And then we'll put on that first really light layer. I'm gonna do very thin this time. Fighting the urge to glop it on there. I'll do about halfway. And I think I'll do this top part and then I'll flip it over and do the bottom one. I guess this one, it doesn't really matter too much because it's chocolate, so it's already dark on the top. You're only really going to be able to see it on the side here where the ice cream is. But I think that's good. Go ahead and cure that. Just wanted to note for you guys that putting the clear resin over the ice cream does darken it just a tad. But like I said, ice cream has that like sheen look, so I personally think it's fine. But just wanted to point that out in case it bothers you, but that's how it turned out. All right, let's do the second layer on the chocolate. Oh wait, did I do the bottom side? Nope, totally didn't. That's okay. Whoops. I'm gonna do very thin amounts and add the candy to the side and then the top, and then I'll do 2 thin layers on the bottom there, since I totally glossed over that part. That's okay. All right. I think that'll look pretty good. It's a thin amount of chocolate, but it looks chocolatey, I think. Chocolatey enough. So, let me try to sprinkle some more on here. That's a lot. But we're gonna move them around. Spread them out a little bit. And make sure they're really pressed into the resin so that they don't fall off. Maybe I'll do less this time. Put quite a lot on the other one. And then I'll cure that and do the other side. While the chocolate one's curing, I'm gonna move on to the chocolate chip. I think this one's gonna be my favorite, which is perhaps why I saved it for last. That way I had a nice little trial and error with the other ones. This one has a split. I'm gonna cover up and kind of mash it down. There we go. Real thin layers, which for me is very hard to do. You could kind of use the side of the toothpick to even it out like that. And I think that's about half. It's probably the thinnest layer I've done thus far. All right. On to cure that one. This is taking longer than I anticipated. but it's because we're doing it in multiple steps. So next I'm doing that back half of the chocolate one, and then that one will be done. And then I just have to do the second layer of the chocolate chip, and then that'll be done. So I'm just gonna pick up some of these and sprinkle it over. I could probably just dip it down in there, but I normally just let some run off, so I have like a starting point, and then I'll go in with the tweezers and then pick select colors. I think the chocolate chip is going to be the best out of this bunch, but we will see here in just a moment. I also did find the last of the honeydew ones, which is the jelly snake. I found the birthday dino cake that I needed from the birthday set. That's the last of that one. Now I have the complete series. And I found some more of, what was it, Wave 4 Cafe maybe? So I'm making progress. I will have some more videos up in the next couple days. So make sure you're watching that. Ooh, I also posted leaks on my Facebook page for a nature set and a Honeydukes candy cart. So make sure you're following me on Facebook, link below. This is after one very thin layer. We will have a ton of resin left over, which is good. I like having extra resin because you never know when you're going to need it, kind of like how I'm using the leftover water resin from Hello Kitty. I think that's enough chocolate for a chocolate chip one. I don't think it has to be entirely too chocolatey, since the M&M looking like pieces are gonna cover that up. Maybe just a little bit more. I will say I think this one's a little lopsided. It's hard to apply light pressure while you're trying to hold this together. So I think I maybe was squeezing a little too hard and made it go a little lopsided, but maybe I can fix that whenever I put the clear resin on it. Okay, I think this is looking pretty good. So I'll cure it, and I'm gonna seal the sides like I've been doing, and then I'll be back to show you the final product. So here's the evolution of the cookies. A little too thick, pretty good, and possibly the best one. What do you guys think? And you might think I put too many of the speckled candy, but I don't know. I try to do them how I eat stuff in real life, and that's how I would do it. I think they turned out pretty good. Happy I found a rare. I'll definitely be hunting for the other ones. This is actually an ultra rare. The rare are the cake pops. This is an ultra rare, and then the limited edition is the chili cheese fries. At least I think it was chili cheese fries. Is that what it was? Yes. I hope to find that. So let's put it on the plate here. Let's stack them on there. And I did end up finding the fondue rare, which is where this table came from. So you can check that out. I posted that yesterday. I also mentioned tips that I think help find the rare. So definitely check that video out. Let me know what you guys think of these. I think this is a pretty cool rare. I wish they released them all at once instead of doing like waves. They're super dislike that. But yeah, I did take someone's suggestion and made playlists for like rare, cafe, diner. That way you can scroll through and find ones that you're looking for. So make sure to check that out. I think I give this like 8.5 out of 10. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm very interested. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.